Williamson is not close to a return. He's still a ways away, and sources tell me they are still going to be without Zion Williamson for a considerable amount of time.
Pose that to Zion Williamson, who looked fat, out of shape, unfocused, lethargic, and blasé.
It looked like me and Shaq had a baby.
They deplete themselves. What happens when they start back eating again? Blow up like the Hindenburg.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Shooting for the Stars podcast. The y'all's one and only host, y'all guys already know, Cameron Williams. And as y'all guys can see in today's episode, yes. Just gonna make this real quick. Zion Williamson, I'm disappointed. We'll start off saying that. Zion Williamson, I'm very, very disappointed in you, young man, for real. 5 years. It's been a total of Zion Williamson's played a total of 190 games in 5 years. He was the first round pick in the 2019 NBA draft, and has looked like a bust ever since. As it was reported by Shams earlier this week, that Zion Williamson will miss indefinite time. Many reports are coming out that he could miss, the rest of the season and whatnot. But most importantly, you guys, their trade rumors are starting up, and Zion Williamson could be on his way out. He could be on his way out of New Orleans. The first thing I want to say, you guys, have we ever seen somebody eat, and I mean eat their way out of a job? God, dog. First, let me start off with this. Zion, it was a lot of expectations when Zion Williamson first came out of Duke. This dude, we're talking about somebody, you guys, who I didn't even think I'd even be talking in this, you guys, in this fashion. This is a guy who we were looking at, who, people were speculating, we're talking about this dude being a real deal, the next LeBron James. Remember, it was him and Ja Morant. Those were really the only good rookies in that 2019 class. Remember, it was him and Ja Morant when they came out. Ja Morant won Rookie of the Year that year. And they did, and think about it, despite playing more games, they still found every reason to try to give it to Zion Williamson. They couldn't. And seeing this video that Zion Williamson just dropped, so they got a new tattoo. And look at this right here. Zion Williamson is getting paid $40 million to keep his body in the absolute peak shape. $40 million. Does this look like peak shape to you guys? Look at Zion Williamson. Does that look like in shape to you guys? No, they don't look like no in shape. He signed a 5-year max extension for $197 million in the summer of 2022. And man, and guys, and don't get me wrong. At times, Zion Williamson looked like the truth. Like I said, I don't want to talk about the kid. Like I said, he's had flashes. He has had flashes. I'll always go back to that game last year, that playing game. Remember that playing game last year to get for that 7th spot when it was them and the Lakers? Zion Williamson dropped 40 points. Against LeBron and Anthony. That looked like they were getting ready. Looked like they were giving them the game. They were telling the Lakers to fluke so they could play OKC in the first round, not to go back and play Denver in the first round. Man, Zion Williamson dropped 40. But you know what happened? Play right here. Hamstring blew out. Knee blew out. Pull hamstring, blew out. Just poof. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. You guys, you have to be in shape. And honestly, I don't have no sympathy for this man. I don't have no sympathy for that, because one thing about it, you guys, when you're getting paid that money, so your only job is to keep your body in shape. Of course, to play good basketball, and all that kind of stuff. But first things first, you're an athlete. You got to come in with an athlete shape. And Zion Williamson, it seems like that's been a struggle. This dude, guys, we're talking about somebody. He has literally weight clauses in his contract. We've never seen it before. He has weight clauses in his contract. You can't blame that on the New Orleans Pelicans. You can't blame that on Brandon Ingram. You can't blame that on your agent, who y'all seems like we just reported that Zion Williamson just cut loose with his. You can't blame that on you have to have integrity, Zion. You have to have integrity. That's what being a pro is about. And look, man, and from brother to brother, I know it's hard. You're living that life, man. You're making that money and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, I know living in New Orleans arguably most Americans will say is home of the best food in the whole country, out of all 50 states. Most people will say the best food comes from Louisiana. So I know that's tough, okay? But Zion, man, that's what you gotta have discipline for. You making the money that you're making. making. You're doing something playing in the NBA that majority of half people in this world are not going to be able to do. You're in that top tier as far as athletes. And dude, you come on, man. You can't have no diet restriction. All the money you got, you can't pay no nutrition. No, you don't want no nutrition. You can't respect stuff like that. Cause give me $197 million every year. I'm gonna be in critique shape, and that's one thing. Strategic, and that's one thing, you guys. We never, a lot of stuff. We might critique LeBron for a lot of stuff, but one thing we've never and can never critique LeBron for is of his body of work. The way he comes in, the way he prepares his body to play night in and night out, and the way he comes in and year out, and the way his body's always in the right shape, whether if he's put on weight, lost weight. The dude's always came in the best shape out of anybody on this team, regardless of which team he's been on throughout his career. We've never critiqued him for that. And that's what happens when you love the game. I mean, Zion Williamson doesn't love the game. And don't get me wrong, he loves food. And don't get me wrong, and like I said, and Zion, I know it's tough, but bro, you got to understand, man, dude, the Pelicans done tried everything. They tried to make you the number one. They can't make you the number one option. We don't know how good you can be. You're playing at high weight. You're playing at 295, 300 pounds. What you think is going to happen? And a hamstring injury, Zion, like I said, this is something, man, that, once this happens, for you to be having this at 24 years old, man, that's scary. This is usually a reoccurring event. And like I said, this all could have been prevented if you would when you would have took the strategic measurement seriously when you first came into the league. I mean, see, now, and if I'm teams out there and I'm hearing Zion Williamson's on, and this is a true trade, there's a chance, guys, this dude could be cut. And if the Pelicans cut him, they walk away freely. They get to waive everything. They walk away freely. They're not going to be in dead cap hit and all that kind of stuff. You guys see what I'm saying? So and Zion, look, and again I say, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but I know you want that. I know it can be tough, man. Cause I know you want that jambalaya. I know you see what I'm saying. I know you want that A2F. You see what I'm saying. I know you want them honey mustard wings. I know they calling your names. I know you want that Cajun chicken pasta. I know you want it, Zion, because guess what? I want it too. But I know but you can't have it, Zion. Not saying you can't have it, but you gotta watch it, especially when you're in season. Because this is and I believe Zion. Like I said, I can't prove it, but I believe Zion has one of those conditions. Like I said, it's genetics. We can't control it, but there are people out there who have those conditions and stuff. Sometimes they can eat. Sometimes they, no matter what they eat, they gain weight. I don't know what it's called, but they gain weight. A little faster than the average person. Like they can eat which would even be considered a lot, but they still gain a lot of weight from it. It's almost kind of like people that eat a lot, but but don't show no weight. But like, dang, you eat a lot. Dang, you sure don't look like you eat a lot. So vice versa. I just can't tell y'all the name, and I'm not a scientist. But I think he does have that. When you have something like that, dude, this can all be preventable. There ain't nobody telling you to sit up there to go up there and go eat, pizza rolls and jambalaya and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? You got to have some discipline. And the way Zion's career is looking, you guys, his contract has so many outs. He won't make a majority of his money at this rate. You see, seriously, you guys. I mean, weight aside, he has looked incredibly stiff. Even when he walks, it looked like he needs a specialist in his hips and mobility. Like seriously. And I really hope Zion can figure this stuff out, not just for our entertainment or for our own self-aggrandizement, but for the health of his life. Seriously, I want to see this dude live a healthy life. Like seriously, because this is the dude Zion Williamson. So this was a prodigy when he came out of high school. You guys, who everybody was raving about. I mean, a 6'7" freak of nature. It was built like an offense. You would have thought he was a tight end or offensive lineman, swole, dunking over everybody, doing windmills between his legs in high school. Came into Duke, man, was tearing it up over there in Duke. And man, with RJ Barrett, Cameron, and them boys, man, those dog boys were the real deal, man. And remember that game when he was notorious for, when his shoe blew up, he broke his shoe. His shoe popped out of he's wearing Paul George's. He broke it. He put a shoe ripped out of his Paul George's. Look at I know y'all remember this. Shoe ripped out of his Paul George. Foot just ripped out of his shoe. And that right there because he was too big. He was too big. And the problem is with Zion, you guys, it seemed like if you want to be this big, man, you're in the wrong sport. I mean, if he was playing in the NFL, we wouldn't be talking about it, but you're in the NBA. It's 82 games. It's 82 games. You can't expect to play 82 games running up and down the floor like that and expect to be at your and expect nothing not to happen to you, not to occur no seriously injury. I don't care how high you can jump. When you have that much weight on your knees, that's not good. And I don't know if he doesn't care or if he's just not this or he's lazy, but I think he's lazy. And let me tell you something, if you don't end up getting your stuff together, man, dude, I'm serious. If you don't get your stuff together, dude, what they're gonna do is they're gonna put you out the league, and then you're gonna end up being one of those guys. You're gonna get signed for a contract, probably for one of the minimum contracts, probably $5-8 million, and then you're gonna stink it up there. You're gonna stink it up there. Those bad habits that you have from New Orleans, they're gonna carry over to your next team, and then you're gonna find yourself at the NBA for good if you keep that up seriously. And I don't want to see that happen for a team, man. I don't want to see that happen to nobody. I'm not. Y'all guys know me. I'm not the analyst. I don't want to see that. I don't wish bad on these athletes. I want to see all these athletes succeed, especially the ones that come out with the most hype. I mean, God dog, man. I mean, shoot, you talk next LeBron James, man. What, dude? Next Greg Odom, next Greg Odom, man. No, man, no. Like, dude, no, you have way too much talent, way too much potential to be sitting over here throwing away for some food. Man, have some integrity, have some pride, and, man, get out there and get your body right, man. Not just for art, again, not just for art entertainment, but, man, for yourself, man. That's why the NBA ratings are going down now. Why do y'all think nobody wants to watch the NBA now? Because literally over half the league, and when I say half the league, half the stars, literally half the guys who people are paying their hard-earned money to go see, they complain about playing all 82 games, and they do stuff like this, can't even keep their body in shape, and now you out for an indefinite amount of time, which in other words is the whole season. Man, bull crap. Y'all gotta see why the NBA is falling down. Y'all gotta see why the NBA is falling down. This is why nobody wants to watch it. On top of that, y'all guys are men. On top of that, y'all already I already know. I'm not one of those guys. Nothing is free, you guys. Ain't nothing free. But then again, so many games. Y'all charge for all these games on NBA League Pass. Like people can watch 10 games at a time and all this and that, just to find out out of 8 out of the 10 games you're trying to watch that you're paying for on NBA League Pass, the stars ain't playing. Man, bull crap, man. Bull crap, because of guys like Kawhi Leonard, because of guys like Zion Williamson, man, because of guys like Joel Embiid. And I don't even think Joel Embiid's even that bad. I think Joel Embiid's one of those guys who seriously, a little bit, really does get seriously hurt, who really does get injured, for real. But, man, come on, guys, come on. Y'all guys are making too much money. You can't, come on, like what? You can't play at least 65 games, at least not all 82, at least 65. Come on, guys. That can't happen. And that's one thing I'll always credit. Regardless of what people say about Russell Westbrook, you'll never be able to take away from Russell Westbrook, you guys, will never be able to take away that man's ambition. Regardless of what. We can say whatever we want to about him. But his availability, that's a big reason why the Nuggets went out and got him. Because you know why? Because you know why the Nuggets went out and got Russell Westbrook? Because, the Nuggets, we can't depend on Jamal Murray throughout all 82 games. Jamal Murray can be very injury prone. When we know who we can depend on, we can depend on Russell Westbrook. And the product might not be like a Jamal Murray at where he's at this stage of his career, but at least if it's one thing he's going to do, he's going to play and he's going to give you his all. He's going to give you his effort. You can't say that about a lot of guys in this league. And you dang sure can't say that about Zion Williamson. Man, disgrace, man. Have some integrity. Act like you love your job, man. Come on now. Let's get serious. Like, seriously. And honestly, I don't see no team. I wouldn't trade for this dude. I wouldn't trade for that dude. I mean, now the Pelicans probably wouldn't require much. Probably wouldn't take them much but a third, fourth, and some change to probably get him. But, man, that's just, we're talking about somebody that was a first-round pick. Bust. What it's looking like. At best, right now, where I see for Zion Williamson's career, you guys, at most, I can see Zion Williamson at this point being an absolute, being probably at best a complimentary, a secondary, or a third option on a championship team, if that. But as far as for the Pelicans, man, y'all got to tear that team down, man. I mean, y'all already know with Brandon Ingram as the best player on your team, that's not going to get y'all nowhere. DeJounte Murray, he was there to hopefully ignite, be that third piece, which I thought y'all don't even have the right ingredients. Now y'all just got DeJounte Murray for no reason now. Now there's speculation that he could be getting moved now after just arriving on the scene. Y'all guys are seeing what I'm saying? So it's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess in New Orleans. It really is. And if I'm the city of New Orleans, man, I know it can't be good being a football fan, seeing what's taking place over there with your New Orleans Saints. And I dang sure know it can't be happy being no basketball fan, except the difference is They haven't been them fans up there in New Orleans. I know y'all haven't been happy with that basketball team for a long time. And I mean for a long time. And that's all I'm gonna got time for tonight, you guys. Y'all guys let me know what y'all want to hear next and what y'all think which could be next for Zion Williamson. Y'all guys let me know. Is this the end of his career? Can he end up turning things around, you guys? Because this is a young man I'll root for. But man, if he's gonna let if he's gonna let all this stuff going on outside of the game of basketball and distractions, keep him in man, hold him back, man. I mean, we know how this ends. I mean, I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to talk about nobody. Y'all guys know how we get. I'm just here to keep it real, you guys. That's all we here to do. And y'all guys let me know how things can be shaking up for the Zion Williamson. And if y'all were the New Orleans Pelicans, what would y'all do? Should they tear this team down? Y'all guys let me know. And you guys, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. I cannot do this without you guys. I already know I need y'all guys' love and support. Y'all keep hitting that like, comment, and subscribe button and keep sharing, keep turning post notifications on if y'all guys want to see more further content just like this. And again, y'all guys, please let me know what y'all want to hear next. And y'all guys let me know y'all comments and opinions down on this video and what y'all think. And I will see y'all on the next episode on Shooting for the Stars podcast with y'all's one and only host, Cameron Williams.